A glorious afternoon to one and all. My name is Y Tarun. I am studying 8th standard. I am from TSWREIS Boys Kondapaka at Siddipet district. These are the well-known personalities in film industry. There is no need of any explanation about them. The one who do not need any introduction, he is like hot. The hot makes you stop walking on the street, get into traffic, and most handsome person, that is none other than Superstar Mahesh Babu. And the another person in the second picture is called as Angel. Beauty is the address of her. Never before, ever after. Title suits a lot. That is Sridevi. Do you know the secret behind the beauty of these stars? So how many of you know that there is a mathematical concept behind the beauty of these stars? Yes, the mathematical concept behind the beauty of these stars is symmetry. Symmetry in human face is line symmetry. Symmetry in human face is line of symmetry. Some faces are more symmetrical than others. The more symmetrical your face, the prettier your face will appear. A perfect example of this is supermodels and actress. So our topic is symmetry used in our daily life. Before going to about symmetry and its types, a small question to all the viewers. What football, volleyball, cricket ball? Why all these balls are spherical in shape? Why the shape of all these balls must be spherical in shape? Why not the shape of all these balls cube, cuboid or any other? Can you guess the answer? Do you want to know the answer of this question? And some more interesting question. You watch it till and be in front of the TV. Don't move anywhere. Symmetry. Mathematically, symmetry is that one shape becomes like another one when we move it some way. Flip, turn or slide. Now we are going to discuss about types of symmetry. There are three basic types of symmetry. The first one is line symmetry, also called it as reflection symmetry or mirror symmetry. And the second one is rotational symmetry or radial symmetry. Third one is point symmetry or origin symmetry. Now we are going to discuss about first type of symmetry, that is line symmetry. What is meant by line symmetry? A figure is said to have a line symmetry. It exists a line which divides into two equal parts. The line which divides into two equal parts is called line of symmetry. A figure can have no line of symmetry, one line of symmetry or more lines of symmetry. The line of symmetry also called as axis of symmetry. Examples of line symmetry: nature and line symmetry. God created nature in such a way that we find most of the things having line symmetry. If take a human body or animal, maybe a flower, if we observe it keenly, then we understand it having line symmetry in it all which we find in nature. When it comes to human body, the line of symmetry dividing the human body into two equal parts, the line of symmetry dividing the animal face into two equal parts, the line of symmetry dividing the flower into two equal parts. When it comes to human body, some parts are equal in size. If they are not equal in size, the work may not done properly, and symmetry gives the stability for the human body. All of you know about butterfly. Here we can say that a butterfly has perfect line of symmetry. Thus, the line of symmetry dividing the butterfly into two equal parts. The symmetry gives the beauty to the butterfly. What about these math symbols? As we know, four directions are useful to everyone to reach the destination. In the same manner, the four basic, beautiful, symmetrical operations will play the key role of one's life. As we know, the old saying, as we know that the virtue run on 4 feet, in the same manner, the four basic fundamental operations also run. They are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Do they have line symmetry? An addition symbol has line symmetry. It has two lines of symmetry. A subtraction symbol has line symmetry. It has two lines of symmetry. An into symbol has line symmetry. It has two lines of symmetry. A division symbol has line symmetry. It has two lines of symmetry. Which of these flags have line symmetry? This is a national flag of China. It doesn't have line of symmetry. It is a national flag of Belgium. It has only one line of symmetry. It is a national flag of New Zealand. It doesn't have line of symmetry. It is a national flag of England. It has two lines of symmetry. Symmetry. If you take some of the regular polygons, you observe line of symmetry. Do they have? What is meant by regular polygon? A figure is said to in regular polygon, all sides are equal and all angles are equal. Then it call it as regular polygon. How many lines of symmetry do these regular polygons have? This is an equilateral triangle. It has 3 equal sides, 3 equal angles. An equilateral triangle has line symmetry. It has 3 lines of symmetry. A square has 4 equal sides, 4 equal angles. A square has line symmetry. It has 4 lines of symmetry. A regular pentagon. It has 5 equal sides, 5 equal angles. A regular pentagon has line symmetry. It has 5 lines of symmetry. A regular hexagon. It has 6 equal sides, 6 equal angles. A regular hexagon has line symmetry. It has 6 lines of symmetry. A regular octagon. It has 8 equal sides, 8 equal angles. A regular octagon has line symmetry. It has 8 lines of symmetry. Do you see any pattern? You might have observed that number of sides is equals to number of line of symmetry. These are the English alphabets. In this, how many letters have line symmetry? How many letters doesn't has line of symmetry? A, B, C, D, E has line symmetry. F and J doesn't has line symmetry. H and I has line symmetry. J, K, L doesn't has line symmetry. M has line symmetry. N doesn't has line symmetry. O has line symmetry. It has infinite number of line of symmetry. P, Q, R and S doesn't has line symmetry. T, U, V, W, X, Y has one line of symmetry and Z doesn't has line of symmetry. You can check in your name whether it is symmetrical letters in it or not. My name is Y Tarun. When I talk about my name, that is Y has line symmetry, T has line symmetry, H has line symmetry, A has line symmetry or doesn't have line symmetry, U has line symmetry, N doesn't have line symmetry. You can check in your name how many letters are having line symmetry. In my name, except R and N, all letters has line symmetry. Now we are going to discuss about second type of symmetry, that is rotational symmetry. What is meant by rotational symmetry? A figure is said to have a rotational symmetry if you rotate about a fixed point by certain angle and the figure looks same as before is called rotational symmetry. The minimum angle of a rotation of a figure to get exactly same as before is called angle of rotational symmetry or angle of rotation. What is meant by order of rotational symmetry? In one complete rotation, how many times the figure looks exactly same as before is called order of rotational symmetry. It is a direction symbol. It shows the directions while we are traveling one place to another place. It has rotational symmetry of order 1. All figures has rotational symmetry of order 1. Can be rotated completely through 360 degrees to come back their original position. So we can say that an object has rotational symmetry only when the order of rotational symmetry is more than 1. Is a stop symbol. It has rotational symmetry. Its angle of rotation is 180 degrees. Center of rotation is center of the stop symbol and order of rotational symmetry is 2. It is a fan. It has rotational symmetry. Its angle of rotation is 120 degrees and center of rotation is center of the fan and order of rotational symmetry is 3. It is a floral design. It has rotational symmetry. Its angle of rotation is 90 degrees. Center of rotation is center of the floral design and order of rotational symmetry is 4. The relation between angle of rotational symmetry and order of rotational symmetry is the angle of rotational symmetry is equals to 360 degrees by order of rotational symmetry. The order of rotational symmetry is equals to 360 degrees by angle of rotational symmetry. An equilateral triangle, it has rotational symmetry, its angle of rotation is 120 degrees and order of rotational symmetry is 3 and center of rotation is intersection point of median. A square has rotational symmetry, its angle of rotation is 90 degrees, center of rotation is intersection point of diagonals and order of rotational symmetry is 4. A regular pentagon, it has rotational symmetry, its angle of rotation is 72 degrees, center of rotation is intersection point of angle bisector and order of rotational symmetry is 5. An ellipse, it's also called as oval. It has rotational symmetry. Its angle of rotation is 180 degrees and center of rotational symmetry is center of the ellipse and order of rotational symmetry is 2. Point symmetry. What is meant by point symmetry? A figure is said to have a point symmetry if it looks same either see it from upside or from the downside, that is any two opposite directions. Examples of point symmetry. Look at the figure, you choose any midpoint. At that midpoint where we can see that distance will be equal and if can be rotated, it looks exactly same. You can check now, it looking exactly same. And in this figure, every part has matching part. Playing cards often have point symmetry so that they look same from top or bottom while they are playing. If I rotate also, it look exactly from top or bottom. Now you can check. Symmetry usage in our daily life. Symmetry in nature, architecture, photography, art and science and etc. Symmetry in nature. Nature is fully filled with beautiful things that we cannot imagine. Look deep into the nature, then we understand everything is better. By seeing this picture, we can understand that some figures have only line symmetry, some have 2 or 3 types of symmetry. If you take a rainbow or apple, it has only line symmetry. When it comes to snowflake and flower, it has both, that is line symmetry and rotational symmetry. Here the particular slice of watermelon which is there on the screen, it has line symmetry and the particular leaf which is there on the screen, it has line symmetry. Symmetry in architecture. Symmetry helps bind various elements of a structure together into a single and unified whole. Look at the image of Christianborg Palace in Copenhagen. It is highly symmetrical building, so it should not take too long to find its axis. The line separating mirroring components. Just imagine a vertical line straight down the middle of the central tower from tip to base. That's our axis. Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is supposed largest symmetric building. It believes the balance of the symmetrical building is maintained by every part of the complex from the pillar to the garden. The complete symmetry of all 4 sides creates a charming mirror image on each side. Lateral symmetry is very common, but if a building is laid out different system, we can check aerial views of the Pentagon in Washington DC. It's also called as Pentagon. Pentagon is the headquarters of US Department of Defense. As a symbol of US military, the phrase the Pentagon also often used as synonym for the Department of Defense and its leadership. You can notice that the structure of a symmetric building is direction on its axis. Symmetry not only gives the beauty for the architecture and it also gives the stability for the construction. What about this? Humayun's tomb Delhi 1572, Eiffel Tower Paris 1887, Bhoganandishwar Temple, Karnataka in 9th century. Lotus Temple, Delhi, 1986. These are beautiful over years and years because they are symmetric. The new 100 rupee currency note has raised the curiosity about Gujarat historic architectural beauty of Rani Ki Vav, which is designed like symmetric, which is designed like a temple come water storage system which has symmetry in its architecture. Symmetry in photograph. Symmetry is a powerful tool. Symmetry is a powerful tool that lets you automatically create harmony and essence aesthetically placing balance and proportion in photography. You probably learning about symmetry in geometry class, but I rarely see photographs apply it in their work. That's too bad because symmetry is a powerful tool. Why not use it? Depends on how you are holding a camera and how much scene you choose to show, whether you are weaken or strengthen the symmetric properties of an object or a scene. Symmetry in art and craft. Symmetry is used to make art and craft. It is most used in decorative items in olden days. Symmetry in tessellation. Tessellation is a pattern formed by arranging concurrent figures and mirror images. Tessellation is a pattern formed by side by side all the directions. You can find this in this. Tessellation is made up of regular hexagon and equal triangle and square and etc. The tessellation is a formed in regular polygons and mirror images. Symmetry in aeroplane. Aircrafts are designed and manufactured in symmetric on horizontal axis. If they have to fly on straight and level flight, both the wings should share equal load of lift. If any incident or accident or structural damage, the alignment checks carried out very rigorously to make aircraft symmetric. Think if any type of minor asymmetry also imbalance the flying trajectories and endanger the aircraft. Think the high speed of a scooter or a car and compare it very high speed aircraft. A normal brain is line symmetry. It does not have line symmetry, then it leads to autism. A starfish has line symmetry. It has 5 lines of symmetry. A starfish has rotational symmetry. Its angle of rotation is 72 degrees and center of rotation is center of the starfish and order of rotational symmetry is 5. Symmetry in science. Electromagnetic wave or crust and prods are formed in symmetric and the comparison and rarefaction is also formed in symmetric. Symmetry in orbitals. Symmetries can be used as characterize the core bonding, non-bonding on molecular orbitals. S orbital has rotational symmetry, P, D and F orbital has line symmetry. If the bullet is not symmetrical, does it reach the desired target? What happens if the bullet is not symmetrical? In the process of gun firing, soon after pressing the trigger, bullet is released from the gun. If we observe the motion of the bullet is possess linear motion along with rotating motion and hits the desired target. And if the bullet is not symmetrical, what happens? If the bullet is not symmetrical, it does not reach the desired target and it diverts from the original path. That is why our manufacturers are designed bullet in symmetric. You can check the bullet is asymmetry, it does not reach the target. It is possible. Why I asked one question in starting, I think you forgot it. I repeat once again that question. Football, volleyball, cricket ball. Why all these balls are spherical in shape? Why the shape of all these balls must be spherical in shape? Why not the shape of all these balls? Cube or cuboid? Another answer of that question is a sphere ball is must be in spherical in shape, because the player can get infinite ways to kick the ball, as the sphere has infinite number of line of symmetry. A football is made up of regular pentagon and regular hexagon, and a player can hit the ball in any direction in any corner of the ground, and it can also send direct into the goal post. Similarly, the batsmen also hit the ball in any direction all around the stadium, and similarly a volleyball also player can push the ball in any direction. Look at this. These are some famous and national and international companies in the world. Some of the logos of the companies, that is Honda. If we take the Honda company, it has line symmetry. The Shell logo of company is having line symmetry. Adidas company has line symmetry. Finally, I want to say my namaskarams to everyone. Namaskaram also often have line symmetry. Last but not the least, symmetry is everywhere around you. Just you have to open your eyes and see. And I thankful to our principal, TSWREIS school, and my mentor teacher and all the teachers, my fellow friends, and Government of Telangana and our Secretary Sir and TSAT channel for giving these wonderful opportunities to me. Thank you.